Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the Trucking Show Must Go On. Guys, so the last video, if you guys watched my last video, um, which I was posted a little bit ago, I figured I'd make another one because this is interesting. I got hit, okay? I'm parked at the lots, and I get hit. Now, let's talk about things like, I've been trucking for 3 years, and this is the first time I get hit, actually, um, when I'm parked. So, let's start with this. Things that you can do to avoid getting hit. Number one, don't park at the end of turns, like corners, when people need to make a turn. Because everybody wants to kind of race here in these parking lots and they can get really hectic and busy and they're going to hit you. They're not paying attention. And to tell you honest truth is because everybody's on their phone. You know? So, well, my hair got caught up in the mic. So, alright, so everybody's on the phone, everybody's on the tablet, everybody's looking at stupid EOD, everybody's looking somewhere else, everybody's all whatever, doing whatever, eating whatever, instead of freaking paying attention driving, and then when I go 30, 40 mile an hour in a parking lot with this big ass trucks, I mean, come on, man, that's gonna happen. So don't park in the corners. Don't park near the fuel islands because that's when all the crazy stuff happens. With all the truck drivers want to fuel up, obviously. So it can get really backed up and hectic. And as you guys start driving, you'll see how crazy it gets. Like to trying to maneuver this big truck into the small spaces. Where all the trucks are doing the same thing you're trying to do. So don't park close to the fuel islands. There's a lot of fuel stations. They have spots. They're like close to fuel islands. Avoid those. Um, you know, don't put yourself. Um, I mean, if you can park the other way around, um, basically just pull through. There's a lot of drivers out there that make fun of other drivers. You're pulling through. You don't know how to back up. Well, maybe it's true, and the other thing is because they don't want to get hit. Because if I was parked the other way around, as a pull through, like meaning my back the end of my trailer is facing traffic out there, guess what? Nothing would happen. He just hits the back of my trailer. Boom, done. So it's just it. Sometimes it's a pain in the butt to be able to do this um, because it's hard to back out of it in the mornings when it's craziness. So sometimes you can't pull through. So, but avoid that. Try to park in the back all the way. Avoid those scenarios. Avoid tight spots, and park your truck straight. Do the best of your abilities, especially when you're new, to always get used to practicing because you're practicing. Nobody borns with a magic wheel finger. I don't know, to be able to park these big things. Just park straight. Like, look at the lines, get out and look, get out and look, jump back and forth, a bit lazy, and look and make sure your truck is proportionally in the lines. Do the best you can. Sometimes it's impossible because the truck driver next to you is all crooked. So if you can avoid those spots, avoid. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's the only spot left. There's many times I've been in a truck stop and I go there and the only spot left is there for a reason. It's a bad spot. So I will avoid that truck stop and try to go somewhere else. And there's times that you don't have the time to do it, and you're like you're risking it. So this time I parked all the way in the back, away from everybody, and knowing that each spot is so easy to back in because there's so much space in front of me that it's literally a straight back. Because you just come in like this, and then you straight back into the spot. So I figured, well, I'm gonna be safe here. This is a safer spot. This is actually pretty much the safest spot in this lot. And the guy still hit my truck. So it's gonna happen. It's just a matter of time. It's just like, oh, I don't know. No, it's just when are you gonna get hit? When is the day you're gonna get hit, and how bad is it gonna be? because mine is fine. And my truck is drivable. I have lights. I'm DOT legal. It's just a cracked bumper and a cracked grill. It's all plastic anyways, like I said in the other videos. So I'm good to go. So guys, it's basically what I'm trying to say. The safest way to park is not in a truck stop. You can go park in different parking lots, like Walmart, but you gotta be careful about Walmart because make your research. Go and get down and talk to those managers and ask them, am I allowed to park here? Because most of the times at Walmarts, what you're gonna see is that they have a no parking sign. It says no parking sign, and it says they will tow your truck, and they will tow your truck. You're sleeping, and they put a boot in there, and they will charge you. They will not take that boot off your truck until you pay them $250, $500, $100. I mean, the police officer will come over and give you a ticket, and will tell you if you don't pay the ticket, you get towed. I mean, there's so many. I hear so many horrible stories. I mean, I actually seen this happen. So, guys, it's true. If you see a sign and it says private parking lot, no matter where you at, you will get towed. You will get towed. Like that's what the sign says. So if you're risking it, you're risking it. Many truck drivers tell me, "Oh man, this rookies like going in there asking the manager, stop asking the managers for permission to stop. It says no parking. Just park anyways because all they're gonna do is make them aware that you're parking there, and none of us can park. Blah blah blah." Listen, guys, that's dumb. Because there's many times I go inside and I talk to the manager and they have those signs and I'm like, hey, I can't find no parking lot. There's any way, like, I'll always shop at Walmart anyway. Is there any ways that I can shop at that I can shop here and then can I spend the night? Because sometimes there's some Walmarts, they don't even want to show inside the parking lot, so you can't shop. So you go out there, shop, come back, you get a boot in there. You gotta be careful. So be careful when you go into this different establishments. Home Depots, Lowe's, like, and then don't put yourself in a predicament with, they do have in the back of the stores there's docks, that you can go through, so it's big enough for semi trucks. Some they just have straight trucks, and you get in there thinking you can fit, you won't be able to fit, you get stuck. So be very careful. Walk around. Look, you have more tools now, like satellite images. Look at the satellites and realize where you're going, and can you turn around out of there? Don't put yourself in that situation. And if it's late at night and there's no managers because the store is closed and you see a sign there's say it will tow you, park at your risk, you need to understand that part. The other parts is like, but you'll be safer if they actually let you park, because there's no other truck drivers that can hit you. It's only four-wheelers. And the four-wheelers hit you, it won't be as much damage, but they could still hit you anyways. But at least, you're parking away from everybody, and that's good. The other thing you need to do is get a dash cam. Invest on getting a dash cam because now I have the footage recorded from this guy hitting me, which is proof if he takes off because sometimes they hit you and take off. Now you got the license plate, now you got the name of the company, etc., and you can go from there, call the police, make a report. Okay, so I'm gonna make a video. The next video will be steps to do when someone hits you and how to do this reports. Okay. Because it's not qualified as an accident, it's qualified as an incident, and that's two different words, two different animals. So you need to know your rights over here as a truck driver. You need to know what to do. I mean, you go to orientations and they tell you all this stuff, but what you can drive. Like I said, I drive for 3 years. I'm like, crap. I'm like, what do I need to do now? Nobody ever hit me before, so I don't know. I never hit anyone, so I don't know. So, but today I learned real quick what I needed to do. It's not that hard. I'll make the next video about it. Guys, just stay safe on there. I mean, there are other places you can park. Like, if you park off ramp, like side of the highway, don't do that. Don't park on the side of the highway. Don't park on the side of the highway and take your 30-minute break on a shoulder, on a busy highway. Don't do that. Especially at night. Don't do that. It's dangerous. Some people are drunk. They're going to hit you. If they hit police officer with the lights on, they're going to hit you too. You're like a brick wall. They're going to hit you. And if they die, they get injured, it doesn't matter. It's going to be your fault every time. Don't do that. Off ramps. There's different states. You need to check with DOT. Go to the DOT website and the states you are. Like if you're in Missouri, go there and check it out. If you're allowed to park on the off ramps, like meaning the exit of the highways, and if there's no space for you to park there, it's still not a safe place to do. People can rob you. There's not enough light, and then sometimes if you don't know that you couldn't park there, you're gonna have a police officer knocking on your door telling you, driver, what the heck are you doing? Get the hell out of here. And if you're doing your 10-hour break to get your 14 bags again, you're gonna have to move that truck, and you're gonna have to restart your clock again. You have to restart your 10-hour break. And if you don't have enough hours to drive at that moment, then you're illegal. And so he's gonna have to give you permission for you to go to the next safe haven. So you can put it in personal conveyance. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, that's some, you need to know all these things. So if you're a company driver, you call a company and you tell them, hey, look, I need to go to personal conveyance, and they accept the personal conveyance. Some company does it different. You can do it yourself or whatever. Like I can do it myself right now, but it's different. I work for different companies. They pretty much all of them they want you to have permission to do it. You have 2 hours to be on a personal conveyance. Um, I have probably like 100 miles to go to a personal conveyance. So what I'm trying to say is like, you can get to this next safe spot. So when you get into that predicament and you run out of hours, your last resort is to use personal conveyance, and you can do it if you have a load, because you cannot stay on the ramps. Okay. Another thing you can use is your split slip and berth, which I talk in another video. And if you spend 2 hours of duty consecutive, you can you can use that back on your drive, and then use that as well. And if that's not enough, you can use personal conveyance to get to the next safe haven. There's no excuse. Okay, and if that's not enough, then you're screwed. So it's not easy. Last night somebody told me when I was trying to get something over here at the labs, oh, you're a truck driver, right? I was like, yeah, I'm a truck driver. And he's like, man, I wish I could have your job, man. It's gotta be so easy. You just sit there and drive. I bet you it's really boring. Like, no, it's not easy at all. And yeah, it's not boring. They keep you really busy. Trust me, you don't get bored. I wish it was a little boring. It's not. And he couldn't understand why. And there was too much to explain why. And he would say, well, he's like, I'm trying to get my CDL license. You recommend me to do that? I'm like, yeah, for sure, get it. It's a really good career. You're gonna make some money. And I'm like, I don't have time to sit there and talk to him about all this stuff. And I'm just like, you're gonna find out. Hopefully, it's for you. Just do your research. In this time of age right now, we have YouTube, and we have the internet, and we have Google, and just Google it and find out what it takes to be a truck driver. Hey, shoot, go to YouTube. You might find me there. Get on my channel. There's a lot of people that give you information. Guys, thank you for watching and listening. I really appreciate that fact that you guys are following me and watching all my videos. I know I like to talk a lot, and it's all about trucking, but this is what this channel is all about. It's about my life. It's about an American trucker. It's about what we go through here and what we have to do to keep this country moving. Thank you for all your support, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.